Oh, here we go. We're up on the YouTube and the Facebooks.
And on the Facebooks?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All right.
Hold on. I gotta come over here. I gotta shrink this down, baby. That's what she said.
that's no problem.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think that'll do it. Okay, nope. We're gonna go. We start here. Bring this over. Boom. Drop my fluid like a chemist. Hello, everyone in Facebook land. How are you? We've got people coming on. Nelson McClintock, Jane, Tracy Shank.
Some more. Nice to see you.
You guys, I can't hear that well because I have a crazy holiday hat on and my headphones won't fit. So you're going to get, hey, Jude, you're going to get a good eye full of this in a moment.
we may both have to take off our festive attire because Jesus.
It's a little bit crazy. What up, Danny Baker? Well, is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, if that just tighten everything, tighten it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see,
hey Danny, hey Jason,
it is,
hey Richard Bennett,
hey
Dan Williams.
International, national, whatever, worldwide Wright Brothers Day. We got a delightful Wright Brothers graphic up on the screen. Also, Kid COVID. That is the name of our mascot for SIGLERinPLACE.
It is. Look, I like it.
Kid COVID. Apparently, he dabbles in aviation. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maria. All right, I'm glad Maria's here to see this hat. I think it's important that Maria, my colleague, be a part of what is happening right here. Bill O'Connor. What's up, dude? The stand is on. Go get it, son. Go get it.
Yeah.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, snap. What's up? I look like a 70s DJ. Hey, man, we got some down home funk coming at the top of the hour, man.
Do your heels have a goldfish in them?
Yeah, my gold-plated goldfish heels. I
can't see anything, you guys. I can't see anything. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible pair of glasses because I literally keep doing this, trying to figure. I just can't see it.
Hey,
There's
Daryl,
no peripheral vision.
I will not be wearing this hat the whole time, but I will show you how it looked when I first put it on.
Oh yeah. Lord sakes, you guys.
It's a little tight.
At least you can see.
Oop, and flip it up. Hey, way to go, that Ralphie boy!
And also, hey boo boo, hey boo boo,
hey boo boo. I look like I'm in line for a free bowl of soup with this hat.
And at least you can see. Literally right before the show started, we always fist bump or high five or something, and he was like, "Are you leaving me hanging?" And I couldn't see his hand.
Jude just said the virus needs help flying. I cannot believe I missed this I can't believe I missed this line. COVID's airborne. COVID's airborne, you guys.
Yeah.
Or about to be airborne. He's taxiing to the runway.
Taxiing to the runway.
Taxiing the runway. All right, let's go back to Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have...
Josh Waloya, absolutely. If you want to get high on Wright Brothers Day, I feel like that's entirely appropriate.
They got high. Yeah, not that high, but they got high. Lonely Bob says, sad that Periscope will be shutting down. Lonely Bob, we offer this show in many, many places. Hopefully we can do it. You guys, the show today is from out of nowhere, quite possibly the greatest cube of entertainment ever put out. It's like a bouillon cube, you know, those little you got the dice
deliciousness
cube. It's so delicious. It's a savory stew broth of goodness. Let me tell you what we got online for you guys today.
I'm definitely gonna have to take off these glasses soon. I can't do anything.
First of all, we did not do the Siglocktail video this week.
No,
we did drink it on Tuesday.
It was two ingredient drink.
Ingredients.
It's a champagne, but Scott is still recovering from his hamstring injury. So he is drinking a scotch today. So we were drinking the Kier Imperial. It's a 2-ingredient drink. I also put a lemon twist in it when I make it, but it's a 1/4 ounce of Chambord and fill that rest of the glass.
Baby, look into the camera for everybody.
I try to look into the
Ladies and gentlemen, the lengths my wife will go through to entertain you people. It's out of control. Baby, would you like to take the glasses off?
Definitely taking the glasses off. Because I literally can't see anything, you guys.
You're Ralphie in A Christmas Story. Do you want to take that off? You look ridiculous.
Yes.
Okay, listen to what we've got coming up here. Let me get back to the main camera. This is ridiculous. We've got Siglebrations. I screwed up on Tuesday. We got one or two. We've got pup dates. Got a good pup date. We've got some good junkie pet picks. We've got some good junkie picks. And here's where it gets hot. Here's where the temperature cranks up into the triple digits, guys. It's going to get all steamy and sweaty for 2 reasons. Number one, I will do a very dramatic reading of a very bad Mount Fitzroy review. And then we've got amazing coverage for Headline of the Week. It's the best coverage. It's shocking how good it is. A lot of people have told me that this Headline of the Week is the best Headline of the Week that has ever been. But first of all, baby girl, today is Wright Brothers Day.
It is.
Yeah, tell everybody about those crazy
guys.
guys.
I know we haven't done a ton of traveling this year, but 117 years ago today, the Wright brothers had their first successful flight at Kitty Hawk. And in 1963, the U.S. government made today, December 17th, commemorative of that first flight and calls it Wright Brothers Day. So we do this everybody does this every year on December 17th. I thought it was sort of fitting in COVID to celebrate the Wright Brothers Day since none of us are really traveling that much.
Yeah.
But next year on December 17th, all y'all better celebrate.
Yes. We have a request, I believe, from Michael Grace in the chat room who wants this to be a PG-13 episode. So we're going to work very hard. We're going to work, no pun intended, we're going to work very hard.
Oh, Lord.
To keep this PG-13. And I will try. And what's that word when you say a thing and it means another thing, but it's also dirty? What is that?
A double entendre?
We'll try and cut down on the double entendres.
Or the single entendres, which we also do quite a lot.
Or the hat truck entendre, the hatronda. Here we go. Let's get into
Scott Pond. Nice to see you out there. Hey,
Scott Pond.
Hey, Martin. Always out
Scott
there. Nice
Pond
to see you.
is working away on the graphics for GFL Book 6. I threw him a little curveball today. Like, hey, that thing that you're completely done with, guess what? I screwed it up in the story. And you gotta manage my crap because you gotta fix that graphic you've been working on for a year. Or more. So let's see where are we at. Oh my God! And of course, let us not forget what is coming up very, very soon.
You guys, I'm so
excited.
January.
In January, we're going to do the 30th anniversary of Point Break on Story Smack Saturday, January 9th. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. One of my favorite movies, and a very enduring, stupid, silly, wonderful, gripping movie. It is going to be Point Break. You guys should all rewatch it and then come join us on Saturday. Empty Set movie maven Rob Otto, the winner of the Daytona Surf-In.
I love it.
In 2007.
I love it.
Yeah, he is going to be joining us, and he knows so much about movies, and A knows so much about movies, it always boggles my tiny, tiny brain. But join us for that. Okay, now we're going to get into the good stuff. Siglerations. Babe, we have, how many Siglerations we got?
So we have, I might be missing. I'm doing so much shipping, you guys, which I should have planned for because it's December, but I did not plan for. So I may have missed a few. I do know that on Tuesday, I was remiss, and I did not wish Kim Hansen a happy birthday. Kim Hansen, who's in the chat room tonight. Yesterday was her birthday, and I screwed it up and missed it. So happy birthday, Kim. I hope you had a terrific day. I hope you have a great weekend.
Happy birthday, Kim Hansen. Happy birthday, Kim Hansen. Happy birthday, Kim Hansen.
Happy birthday to you.
You nailed it. Oh my God, so good! We're so good at
Sandra,
that song.
Nice to see you.
It's
out
insane
there.
how good we are at the Happy Birthday song. It gives me goosebumps every time. Do we want to talk about that, babe?
Yeah. So also, you guys know, and it's been part of the Sigler Junkies Facebook page. If you're not somehow part of the Sigler Junkies Facebook page, but you're here, please go join that. It's a private group. You have to answer questions about the Siglerverse. It's pretty easy. You should do it. There are lovely people there. So if you're there, you will have seen this. Our good friend, John Vizcarra, as you guys all know, yesterday had surgery. He has a new cancer diagnosis. He had surgery yesterday. He's talking quite publicly about it, so I'm not telling tales out of school. We know he's actually out of surgery. He is doing his best to recover as fast as he can and get home to his wife, Kim, because Kim can't go visit him because of COVID in the hospital. So we are sending big, huge celebrations that John came through his surgery successfully, and lots of hope that he goes really quickly home so that he can hang out with Kim. And Kim is just such a soldier here. She's doing everything that she needs to do, and all she really wants to do is sit right there and be with him, which she can't do.
She can't do it.
Sending you both all our love.
Because of the Wright Brothers COVID situation.
Exactly.
It's out of control.
Those dang Wright Brothers.
Baby, remind everybody that we'll be taking a little bit of a break.
We will. Yeah. So we've been talking about this. We finally did a little bit of work on it. We are going to see you on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, the 22nd and the 24th of December. The 24th of December will be our last live stream until 2021. We were trying to figure out, we wanted to make sure we got you there in the holidays, but Christmas Eve, if you want to come spend Christmas Eve with us, we're going to do that, and then we're going to take the week off. We're not going to have Sigler in Places, and we're not going to have a Story Smack that weekend, and we'll be back. Let me tell you which date. That's the one thing I did not do. We will be back on the 4th, Tuesday the 4th of January 2021 with a Sigler in Place. And as you guys remember, we are going to change up Sigler in Place in 2021, but we'll come back on the 4th to isolate stuff. What are you laughing at?
Scott Bond says, I love my little spoon, Big John.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's one of my favorite things about Sigler Fest is, if you guys don't know, if you've not seen this in the Sigler Junkies, because you haven't yet been part of it and you should join, for, I think, years, I'm not really sure, a couple of years anyway, John and Scott shared a room. And then John would post his top 10 favorite things about Sigler Fest. And often the little spoon was one of them and the big spoon was one of them. And it's lovely. So
it's great stuff.
That is one other thing we are going to have for you next week, a decision about Sigler Fest. We promised it by the end of the year. We're working closely with the South Point. We're going to have an answer for you next week. Spoiler alert, it's probably not great for April.
Probably. And listen, guys, if you want to get in on Siglebrations, please send email info@emptyset.com. Birthdays, anniversaries.
Suggested sponsors for Sigler in Place.
Work promotions, new jobs,
Christmas,
new pets.
Christmas trees, ornaments, everything. We're still showing
Christmas
people.
Trees, good stuff,
we're still showing folks Halloween costumes because they sent them in because it's not like anybody else saw them. So we're just going to run them until we're done. It's going to be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a big thank you to shout out to all of you peeps. Ladies and gentlemen, it's shocking. The Mount Fitzroy reviews are pouring in, and it makes it worth spending 17,422 hours, 5 minutes and 12 seconds on this book for all of you, because I am just, today the numbers have gone up even further. Over at Audible, we are now over 350 reviews for Mount Fitzroy. We are averaging 4.9, mostly because of one review we're going to read to you a little bit later. It's so good. But baby.
I have to break in here and say, Tim Legower, thank you very much. In my effort to make sure I got the date right, I went all the way to 2022.
Wow.
January 2022.
Wow.
Which means, actually, the day that we come back, our last Sigler in Place, our last live thing for 2020 is December 24th, and we'll be back on January 5th. Tuesday, January 5th.
All right. So we let's do a live update. We're at 354 ratings. Now we're at, still 354. But earlier today, it was like 330 earlier today. So clearly people are enjoying it. If you have gone and left a review on Audible, on Goodreads, or even on Amazon for Mount Fitzroy, it helps us a ton. We really appreciate it. One other thing to do when you go and leave your review, or if you go back to read other people's reviews, go down here. See this? And you either will see a bunch of click helpful, or you sort by most recent, like I do, and then just 5-star, boom, 5-star, boom, 5-star, boom. We're trying to hack the Audible algorithm, you guys. We're trying to hack the Audible 4-star. How dare you? Not helpful. So you guys can just go knock that out when you leave your review, and it's super awesome.
And we kind of mentioned this on the last Sigler in Place. I know it sounds like, gosh, everybody reviews. I cannot tell you how pivotal it is, especially for a new book. Like I said, on Tuesday, I am absolutely never reviewing every single thing I purchase at Chewy.com or eBay.com or Amazon.com. But having learned how pivotal and essential it is for our success, I review every book that I can thoughtfully give a 3-star or better review to. And if I do 3 stars because I just didn't love it that much, then me personally, I don't need to leave a review that says this book stunk.
Oh my gosh.
Because I guess I don't even read those. But I almost often just kind of point out the things that I love about it. So whatever you thought about the book, we would still love to see your review.
Ragnar J on Twitch, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Go leave reviews. They're very good. And Brother Bear 80 just started Mount Fitzroy, so he's in for a 30-hour roller coaster.
I know.
Of emotions.
And I've seen on Facebook a lot of you guys are decided to stop and re-listen to Earthcore because it's been a few years or whatever. And I will tell you that we did that too. The folks on this side of Empty Set did that, except for Scott, of course. He's been working on it the whole time. But I know that John and I think Steve and I all kind of reviewed Earthcore right before we started Fitzroy for this reason. And Steve, I think, did this just recently. So John and I did it a while back because we were doing the edit, but it's worthwhile too. And then you get 50 50 hours during COVID to
50
just
hours.
enjoy and think about people who, believe it or not, in this crazy year are having a worse time than you are.
50 hours of me crawling in your ear canal like that thing in The Wrath of Khan.
I know, it's not great.
He wraps around the cerebral
It's an
cortex.
earwig.
That's a nasty, nasty business.
I am Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo, this fine
Wait.
Corinthian leather. What?
I'm Ricardo Montalban.
I don't think he ever wore those. I don't think
If he
that
did,
suave,
it would have been epic.
that
Look at this.
suave person would have. I have to
Would
say,
have been
person,
epic, but I can't find my drink or anything else.
He would have just had to find tattoo out there somewhere. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. Oh, let's real quick. Let's go to our. We do a charity sponsor every gosh darn episode. Let's go to our sponsor, baby. Tell them all about.
Yeah, so this one I love a lot. Southern California just went into another lockdown. Literally today, San Diego County decided that the lockdown order was unconstitutional to the state constitution and belayed that order so that restaurants can serve in-restaurant dining.
Okay.
And here's one of the things I found very interesting. Looking at some of the restaurants I absolutely love, they have posted, on their social media and stuff today, like, yeah, cool. We appreciate that. We're still just open for takeout and delivery. That's it.
Yep.
Because they're not risking their staff and they're not exposing their staff to what is very clearly an out-of-control pandemic.
Yep.
So even though in Southern California we unfortunately reopened restaurants today, many restaurants are staying closed except for delivery and takeout. This helps those bartenders because, of course, you go out to bartending or you go out to restaurants and stuff to enjoy the ambiance, to enjoy the environment. These guys have literally dedicated their lives to being great bartenders and great cocktail servers, and they can't do that these days. So I appreciate this, having paid for my schooling by bartending and waiting tables. You guys know my brother's in the chat room. He and I waited tables together for a really long time. And it's a huge pivotal moment in my life. It's one of my favorite things about being a grown-up. So.
This is a very serious topic Ace talking about, but we have to take a moment and talk about, this is Nick Tango. This is Nick Tango, ladies and gentlemen. Please take a look at Nick Tango. That's a badass
gorgeous
mustache
New York,
right there,
gorgeous
dude.
New York cocktail.
And his name is Nick Tango. I want whatever bar he's at. I want to go to that bar. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to break it. I had to break for humorous stuff. But
yeah, no, that's good. So if you guys have a chance to share this or you have a chance to donate to this, Another Round, Another Rally is there for the folks in the trenches so that when we finally all get vaccinated and go back out into the world, there will be fun, lovely bars with terrific cocktails and craft cocktails to go to.
All right, so back to Maine. Now we're getting into the meat. Remember, Scott with a very important, very dramatic reading of a very bad Mount Fitzroy review is coming up very, very soon. That's a lot of berries in one sentence. Yes,
Stuart McDonald in the chat room says you're his absolute favorite narrator. Been an avid fan since the original weekly podcast
Stuart.
days. I own all paper and audible works you've written. Stuart, he's about to read the worst review of Fitzroy
Stuart.
that we have. So who knows? That might be good, but it might be terrible. We don't know.
If you love my narrator voice, especially when I get over the top, you just wait for this. You just wait for this. Now, let's get into the real reason that everybody comes and watches this show. It's not about us. It's not about my stories. It's about pets, because that's what it's all about. Let's go to more. It's time for Pup Date.
Oh, come
It's
on.
a little pup and she's sleeping. She looks like a normal sized dog, but she's only 20 pounds and is a tiny brown AT-AT with fur.
It's true. She got little deer legs.
Yeah, you would never know by looking at this picture. That is a little tiny, tiny, tiny dog. But there is one tiny dog that is even tinier, and that is this dog.
Oh, yay. Look at this. So last year, you guys might know, because I mentioned it on Tuesday, Squeaky had knee surgery. And it was on, I think, December 5th of last year. And it was, I know some of you have had dogs who have had to be immobile. It's
immobilized.
Difficult.
Yep.
So this was actually her first day out of the pen and quote unquote back to work last year.
Oh my God, so cute.
And she had to wear that little, well, those are PJs, but she also had like a sort of a little medical onesie, so she couldn't get out her thigh. But once she was a little bit recovered, we could cover that. So
yeah.
Sweet little thing.
And now we will put down this. The grand old dam will continue to watch over us as we move into a little event I like to call the Pup Show. And here we go with Junkie Pets. I love this part of the show. Oops, shoot.
That's okay.
Hold on. I screwed it up. There was an update to the program.
Look at that.
Go for
This is Cloud. Cloud belonged to Kim Hansen. This is a memorial pup date.
Oh, man.
Cloud had his face painted, as you can tell. He was apparently a wonderful and quite winning agility dog. And she said this was him with his face painted, and she misses him every day.
Agility press. Okay, and here we go. Moving on. Oh my God.
Okay, so I know Ruth, you're in the chat room. This is Rosie, and Rosie, my goodness, Rosie apparently. So, if you don't know, Ruth Carter, who joins our chat often, is a basset hound rescuer, and this is Rosie. Rosie died earlier this year. This is her staring longingly at someone's pizza when she was younger. And my favorite, and then the next one I'll show you, apparently this is a thing that happens to bassets. Rosie, in her later life, lost all her sight to glaucoma. And this is after she had her second surgery for glaucoma, and she was a blind dog. My favorite thing about blind Rosie, and might have been true of Rosie when she was younger, but I didn't know Ruth that well, is Ruth would make lots and lots of updates to Facebook about walkies. And walkies for this version of Rosie was like going out onto the concrete right outside her Arizona, her quite hot Arizona.
Oh, geez.
And taking 4 steps and laying down. And she would post pictures that looked quite a lot like this, with Rosie being like perfectly content to go on a walk like that.
Two comments from the chat room. Let's see. First of all, we got one more more pets coming. Joshua says, Scott, you don't have to read this, but if you're curious, the Soaring Dragon Imperial IPA from Stone Brewing is delicious. Sorry, Scott. It's no Bud Light, but I thought A might like it. And then Jeff Woods pops in and says, Scott, you what ... ass because we're PG-13.
Yeah.
Back to the pets. Here we go. Boom. Whoops. Gosh darn it. They did an update to the program. They changed stuff. Who's this guy?
So this is Oliver. Oliver belongs to our friend Brian Kane. Yay. Oliver is the cutest. I have actually had occasion to meet Oliver in person, and he is absolutely as sweet as he looks. He's such a cutes patoots Chihuahua, or part Chihuahua anyway, that I came home and told my part Chihuahua Min Pin to get with the program and be a little bit nicer. And if you see this next picture, which you saw of Oliver, this is Oliver dressed for the holidays.
Aw, he's a Santa puppy. That's amazing.
Squeaky has absolutely no regard for the holiday. She will begrudgingly wear a little elf onesie, but that's it.
And just to show you we're not speciesist and only focus on the pets of junkies, ladies and gentlemen, here are some junkies. What do we got here, baby?
So this is one of the suggestions that came into info at Empty Set was, can we see stuff like, older stuff about the Siglerverse? Maybe tattoos, maybe art, maybe things that people made. This is our herd of ancestors, our current herd of ancestors. And you will appreciate that they don't all look like ancestors, but they were all gifts. And we have shown you one of the Siglartifacts there all the way on the left, that gorgeous porcelain ancestor.
Yep.
There's that little handmade ancestor.
They're so cute. They're so awesome.
Little red. And then this one is the one in the middle that's just to the left of the Eat More Chicken, which is obviously a Chick-fil-A cow, is made out of a thing of chalk that you use in a pool hall to chalk your hands.
That's why it's so brittle.
That's why it's so brittle, because it's made of chalk.
All right.
So I love this little picture so much. This is years ago, but this is our current ancestor herd.
Let's see if this works now. No, it doesn't. I have to click on the slides in order to do this, and then go here. Oh my!
Oh my goodness! Right? This is Linnea made this. Linnea,
that's amazing.
And this is made of tissue paper and liquid latex, and it's on top. You can see there's a tattoo underneath it of a triangle, and so she made the inner legs
incredible.
And extensions, and the outer legs.
It's
and
just incredible.
It's super great.
I love when I see stuff like this. It just warms my dark black heart, because obviously it means a lot when people enjoy stuff enough that they want to be a part of it.
And that's
in some
insanely
way,
badass. Look at that. So
she did
fun.
such a great job in that. That's killer. That's killer. And then we have.
And this is Smorg. Smorg is in the chat room, I think, still. And this was her being Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows for Halloween. As you guys recall, I'm showing all the Halloween photos.
Yeah, sure.
And this was, we challenged you guys to do what you could without using anything new. You had to source your costume in the house. And this was the best she could do.
That's
it's wonderful. It's really, really lovely. It's amazing.
All right. Going back to Maine. Now we're about to get into the serious business, ladies and gentlemen.
Did we have one more? I thought we had one more. No? Did you
oh, yes, we do.
Yeah,
Hold
we
on.
want to show that.
I just tried to screw people over, and A caught
I see
me.
how you are.
A does not let me screw the fans
hello,
over.
Cutie.
Who's
Yet
this?
again.
Oh, God.
That's still Cutie Smorg.
Darn it. Let's do this. There we go.
This is so this is a spoiler. So if you guys have not seen John,
just don't tell them what the scene is.
I won't. But this is John Tweedy in a battle that you will see if you read all the GFL books with all of his body tattoos going. This is Brendan Reeder. We've seen a handful. We've seen his Somalia Midori recently. We saw his Becca the Wrecker recently. He was doodling a lot.
Incredible.
This was maybe a year or so ago, and he sent them all in to me. So
and he got the fighting pit down and everything, which is great.
And it's funny because several of you, I'm trying to be very non-spoilery here, but several of you have posted, either emailed us or posted in the Junkies, the spoiler for Fitzroy page, like asking about the double crescent knife. Yep. And that he's holding here. And me personally, I'm like, nope, I still have the same problem because the way the description of the knife is like that would cut my palm.
No.
He seems to have no problem with it, though.
Yes. I think someone of his size, though, would not be able to put his fingers through the hole. This is PG-13 show. Through the hole. You'd have to grab the disc over the top, and then the blades would be coming here and here. It would be a little bit tricky, but someone as strong as John could probably grip that knife, no problem.
I love the full body tattoo. We don't get to see a lot of. We mostly see it in if we're listening to your narration or we're reading the book. We see the scrolling words, but that's not how that tattoo is built. That tattoo is built like this.
This is this is a sensational piece of art because he captures so much of what actually happens in the story. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine if you are a being that communicates via color and via patterns, looking at John.
And you have to wonder, like,
John
is he
making
talking
up patterns and stuff? It'd just be like, what on earth is going on? I love it. It's fantastic.
It's great.
I love it.
And you have to wonder. I wondered, like, so he's got 4 limbs and 1 torso and 1 neck.
Yep.
The torso and the neck are doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. My question is he talking to 4 different sentients or 1 sentient, or is he sort of screaming at the crowd, all that kind of thing? Because
he's trying to talk really loud and be aggressive and confuse people and also say a bunch of gibberish. Because one thing John Tweedy does, he never talks gibberish. Not one time. Not never. One time when I thought I was younger, I thought I talked gibberish, but I was wrong.
Puppies, black holes,
Puppies,
mustard.
black hole, mustard. Go team, go.
All right, let's go back to Maine. What
I still can't see a goddamn thing.
What a stinking job. I told you could take them off, though.
I know, but they're festive.
All right, now. Oh, my God. Here we go, you guys. Here we go. This headline of the week is a tiny bit old. It's over a week old. But it's so delightful.
No, it's just a week old.
The premiere has already happened, my love.
But
it's already happened.
4 days ago.
Let's go to Headline of the Week tab. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all off. Whoops. There we go. They're not completely off. So I will not. You know what? No, I will sing the damn song. Hold on. Let's go animation. Headline of the week. You work all day long and want to see some news that's not about death and blood and stuff of that nature. That's okay, 'cause we have Headline of the Week. Here we go. Headline of the Week. Let's take a look at the news. If you have not heard of this story, you must be avoiding the internet altogether. Yes, a recipe for seduction, an actual mini KFC movie starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders. And if you already know this news, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. We got a spin on this that you guys are really going to appreciate. But this is the story. Lifetime, actual Lifetime, put out a steamy romance movie that was obviously paid for by Kentucky Fried Chicken, where 47-year-old Mario Lopez, I mean, if I looked that good at like 37, I'd be all right.
I love the idea that somebody thought that this was a pitch they could make.
Look at this dude.
What on earth is happening?
And they actually have to either put a wig on him or put gray in his hair because, he's a mutant. He's just got, his hair probably is not even gray at all, even though he's 47. And you know what? There's a reason they did this, baby. You want to know what the reason is?
I would like to know.
If
you have an
you
idea.
guys might not think about it until you see it. But when you see it, you can't unsee how uncanny the resemblance is between Mario Lopez and the original Colonel Sanders. I can't tell them apart. I really can't. Granted, Colonel Sanders is a tiny bit older. He's a tiny bit older.
Listen, Scott Pond, this is a PG-13 show.
Yeah, we can't get into the steamy. Only the steamy, not the double steamy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's scary.
He does look like Eugene Levy, Bruce. He does.
Who, Colonel Sanders?
Mario Lopez is Colonel Sanders.
Yes, but just absolutely fabulous. So what we're going to do now for you guys is so good. If you haven't seen the trailer, we're going to play it now. We'll be watching the chat room. We have a lot of technical difficulties with sound when we play a movie. So just shout out in the chat room if you're hearing double sound or it's too loud or anything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't seen it, SIGLERinPLACE now brings you exclusively, never before seen anywhere in the internet or in the world, the trailer for A Recipe for Seduction.
What the hell are you doing?
A Lifetime original mini-movie.
You don't answer my proposal, and now you're not answering my call.
I think I'm falling for the new chef.
Jessica is falling for Harlan.
The cook? Leave Jessica alone and skip town.
He has a secret recipe that's going to change the world.
Harlan claims to have some secret recipe.
A secret recipe? Spare me.
We all have our secrets. If you marry my daughter, I promise there'll be more long weekends in your future.
Mom, I have to tell you something.
We have a problem.
Secret's out, chicken man. I'll take care of this. Ruining everything!
Just kill him already!
Who the hell are you?
Harlan Sanders, the new chef.
Mario Lopez is Colonel Sanders in A Recipe for Seduction. Premieres December 13th at noon. Only.
So it's already out. It's on YouTube. You can go see it. We're probably going to do a story smack about this because it's incredible.
Is that a real movie?
No, it's a real movie. It's like 13 minutes long. It's a real movie. But
Lord.
Not only do they take Colonel Sanders and get him into some softcore word starts with a P, ends with an N, but they're trying to kill him. They've got straight up violence and murder and betrayal.
To be fair, he's trying to kill many
No, Bruce Press.
beings.
Not only did they pay for it, it aired at a premiere on Lifetime. This is brilliant, next level marketing. And now what we're going to talk about.
But he says I'm Harlan Sanders. He was obviously a chef and not yet a colonel.
Well, he hadn't joined the chicken military yet.
Chicken.
Once you've joined the chicken military, or as it's known, the foul business, you can accelerate through the ranks very quickly if you don't get eaten by the chickens, because they do tend to eat command staff quite a lot.
Well, okay.
Well, chickens will eat anything.
Happen.
Chickens and pigs will eat anything. But look at this. This is. Oh, let's go.
Wait a minute. Iceberg says KFC has been doing weird tie-ins lately too. This isn't the first one. Like an actual Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game and a dating simulator game, a
great.
real video game genre.
I love KFC is number 2 only to Mountain Dew as far as irreverent, crazy commercials.
Do you know about their Twitter feed?
No, we'll bring that up in a minute. Here's an actual review of the movie. In case you thought it wasn't real, Mario Lopez Beefcake Colonel Sanders, as satisfying as a KFC meal deal. To me, that's a must-see because I love a meal deal from KFC.
This is ludicrous.
It's fantastic. It's
ludicrous.
So ludicrous. This is the actual headline. Look, they do a full-on cinematic review of it with the trailer.
Is something wrong with the volume or no? Kim is asking about the volume.
Can she hear us?
I don't know. She said, did something happen to the volume? Did you turn anything off for the video?
I don't know. Everybody in the chat room, can you hear us okay?
It came back low.
It came back low. Oh, there we go. We should be all right now. Back in business.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, this should put us back in business. So now we've got a couple more points. This is heartbreaking news. This is very important. I have to read this verbatim. KFC heiress hates Lifetime sexy Mario Lopez movie. That should have been a headline of the week by itself. But real quick, I have to read this because it's just unbelievable. This chicken heiress has her feather. Let's switch over to 8. Hold on. Switch over to 8 cam. Boom. And then we'll go back to more. Go back to headline of the week. Now you can, guys, I'm looking at you. This chicken heiress has her feathers in a bunch. Kalia Methvin is clucking about Lifetime's sexy new short film, A Recipe for Seduction, a collaboration with Kentucky Fried Chicken starring Mario Lopez. Methvin's maternal grandmother, Stanley Methvin, grandfather, founded Rainbow Chicken Unlimited, which once supplied nearly all of KFC's poultry, according to Fox News. Quote, I think certain aspects of the film can be construed as something that's very vulgar, she told the outlet, adding that the video's definitely not something her family, worth around $500 million, quote, would ever approve of, end quote. In the steamy 16-minute movie, 47-year-old Lopez portrays hot chef named Harlan Sanders, a.k.a. a brand symbol Colonel Sanders, who gets with Jessica, an heiress whose father has died. It hit a little too close to home for Methvin, a 29-year-old lingerie designer. Quote, a bunch of people were asking, wait, I could do this in her voice. Quote, a bunch of people were asking me if that was my grandmother or if it was my mother the film was portraying, she said. Her mom, Lisa, committed suicide in 2006 when Melvin was 14 years old.
Dark.
That got super dark.
Got super dark.
Let's get back to it. It reminded me of my mother's family, lies, scandals, and money, Methvin said. Everyone in my family married into wealthy families except for me. Well, you were kind of born into a wealthy family, so I guess that counts. But now, here's the best part. Thanks to Michael Phillips of the Chicago Tribune for pointing out the fact that the old KFC commercials were 50 times weirder than the Mario Lopez Lifetime Special. These are bat crap crazy, and we're going to show them to you right now. We're going to take off the news. These, ladies and gentlemen, are actual. Let's see if I can get this queued up. Here we go. Again with the audio. Let's go back. Hold on. Go back to main. No, we'll watch them here. Sorry.
I can't see anything anyway.
You might want to take your glasses off for this.
Ready?
It's impressive.
It's going to do a CSI
Ladies and gentlemen,
version.
here's an actual Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial from 1967.
I say, let's muffle them. Let the lie detector do it. We want your secret recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken. They want it now. You're going to tell us now?
Why, it's my pleasure, lady.
Go ahead, tell us.
First, we take some eggs and some milk and
yes, Colonel.
some flour and
Flour.
savory.
And
then we have 4 ounces.
4 ounces of what?
4 ounces of 4 ounces of grandfather's overcoat.
Give up, girls. How to blend 11 herbs and spices that make Kentucky Fried Chicken so finger-licking good. That's the Colonel's secret. Forever.
Finally, I had 3 shoelaces and a hubcap.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're related, but I am saying that early the following year, Rosemary's Baby came out.
First of all, let's talk about the plot holes in this commercial. He is strapped to a chair. Both of his hands are free, and he's holding a weapon. Why isn't he accosting his accosters with blows to the face and the midriff? I don't understand.
What was he holding?
A cane. He's got a cane.
Oh, he does have a cane.
He's got a cane.
I'm just saying, very Rosemary's Baby, which didn't come out till the next year.
Oh, wait.
I think somebody on the crew of that commercial might be on the crew of Rosemary's Baby.
I think you might be right. I think you might. But baby, it gets even better.
Oh, Lord.
Aside from the now 50 years ago references to domestic engineers, this is an absolutely stunning commercial. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. And this is a trigger warning for excessive monstery violence.
Here in the United States, there were 300 million escapes. 1,000 were from prisons. 299,999,000 were from kitchens, which means that every single mealtime, thousands of housewives like you said goodbye to hard labor and hello to Colonel Sanders and his Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel does the work. He cuts up, fries up, serves up Sunday dinner 7 days a week. Take it home by the bucket or barrel, but take it home.
I mean, this is
and
very
take it from the
Stepford.
Colonel. Kentucky Fried Chicken is finger-licking good.
There's a crazy pop art. Whoop. All right, and then we're going to go all the way back to Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our headline of the week, peppered in with some lovely 50-year-old Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials. I think Kentucky Fried Chicken has always been insane.
Well, I guess so.
The only break was when we were kids, and they did that kind of down-homey, kind of, we'll cook up, we'll eviscerate the chicken and decapitate it for you and pull off all the feathers and the guts. You just come in and get the actual meat. That was my favorite commercial.
Like Mom's old-fashioned sewer chicken.
Like, lady, call an Uber. Jesus, you don't have to take that. You don't have to take the sewers to get to KFC. All right, now, are you ready for the highlight of the show?
I mean, I don't know after all that right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with the noir nature of Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials from 50 years ago, we're going to have to turn off all the lights for this one.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
I'm not really sure what's happening.
Baby, would you turn off all the lights, please? Hold on.
All the lights? I guess so.
Yeah, well, don't pull a hammy or anything or hurt yourself in the middle of this.
I mean, you know me, right, though?
Yes. Got it? Okay, now go get that one right there.
Oh, Lord, you guys.
This will screw with the picture, I'm sure, but... Oh, we still got some, of course, monitor glow.
Uh-oh, his arc reactor.
Jedi lighter, ladies and gentlemen. I have a Jedi lighter. It's incredible. It's an arc reactor lighter. It's Tony Stark / Darth Vader. We have to have some candlelight for this one.
Oh, Lord.
Because, babies, things are about to get crazy.
Why didn't we turn off the lights at Halloween?
I don't know. But I do have to tell you, in my best James Lipton voice, now I can't read the goddamn thing. Turn on the lights, baby. This did not work out. That's fine. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give you a dramatic reading of one of the most eviscerating reviews I've ever had. As you listen to this review, you may ask yourself questions like, didn't this person read Earthcore? Or has this person never read a Sigler book in his entire life? That was the first thing that jumped to my mind, but let us begin. A review about Mount Fitzroy from Stephen. Headline: Constant misogyny detracts from a great story. I listen to stories that are mostly lacking in social commentary and intellectual content while I take long bicycle rides in the countryside. Recorded books are a great way to escape. The science fiction plotline of this story is red meat to a scientist such as myself, and I am not ashamed to use it for escape. Unfortunately, this story is a form of pornography. I have reached the point where I can no longer remain silent in the presence of men who are defiantly misogynistic. The scatological language and frequent denigration of women makes this otherwise terrific story cringeworthy on every page. Friends don't let friends drive drunk, and decent men do not remain silent when other men use language that is blatantly and aggressively racist or sexist. As an educator in higher education for almost 40 years, I have watched the culture of young men deteriorate to the point that intellectuals are dismissed as the most base aspects of our violent culture. And what are you pointing at?
Steve says maybe read it in Jodo voice, please.
Oh,
sorry, I interrupted you.
let me find my center. Oh, this is a dramatic reading. Find my center. Okay, I have to reread this gripping line. I have watched the culture of young men deteriorate to the point that intellectuals are dismissed as the most base aspects of our violent culture, and the most base aspects of our violent culture have been elevated. It is disturbing to see all the glowing reviews of this story. Really? This is acceptable? You think my response is too extreme? Simply compare this story to the adventure stories that captivated young readers in the mid-20th century. Many of these were no better in terms of their cheesy plot lines, but they were far more respectful of the characters that they contained, even the villains. I can imagine that those who enjoy this book also like Star Wars, Star Trek Discovery, which celebrates diversity and the accomplishments and power of women. We are better than this. The vile language of the characters of the mining company and the military team in this book do not realistically portray these institutions. If you wrote one of these reviews, take a moment and think about whether our culture has advanced or deteriorated, and consider if this is really what you think the world should be. I am Stephen. Thank you. Now you can turn the lights back on.
I mean, my goodness gracious. Hey, self-important much? Which is fun. If he hates the book, I'm all good with that, you know?
It's so good. It's so good. Like, sometimes you get a bad review and somebody points something out, you're like, oh, yeah, you know what, dude, you're right. I blew that plot point. Or that character wasn't really resolved all that well. But this one is a work of art.
Well, and also, like, reading it, again, you guys, reminder, not everybody in the chat room has read Fitzroy, so don't give specific spoilers, but you probably would have read Earthcore by now and met Dr. Cool by now. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yes.
And it's such a strange, for me, it's such a strange thing. Iceberg, you said it well. Like, it's common for me to read reviews or whatever that and you guys too maybe, where people act like an expert. And what's so funny about that is you flipping are an expert about your own opinion. So that was an option to be completely, in my opinion, blah, 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 as opposed to, I think you guys should reconsider.
And listen, I'm guilty of this. If I watch a very popular show or a very popular movie that I think is just a piece of crap, I have a predisposition to be like, who likes this? Who's dumb enough to like this? And I know it, and that's a shortcoming of mine, and I'm working on it and growing as a person. But it's always a special review when the reviewer has to accost the other reviewers.
Yeah. That's the thing that amazes me the most, is even if you hate Scott's writing, write that review. You have just as much right to everybody else to write that review. What's weird about it is he's not mad at Scott. He's mad at everybody else.
Culture. And mid-20th century sci-fi is not exactly known for putting women in power positions or having women that actually are a real person in any way, shape, or form capable of doing anything other than being rescued if they're hot enough.
Nicole,
only if they're hot enough.
The Noisy Astronomer said that in the chat. Like, I can think of quite a number of mid-20th century sci-fi that's far more problematic. But sure, you tell me. Orson Scott Card, absolutely, definitely better, because no cursing.
But the scatological language and frequent denigration of women make this otherwise terrific story cringeworthy. Well, that's good. He liked the story, though.
The crazy thing is he says that several times.
Yes.
He says it in the title. He says it several times.
Yes.
This was a great story, but I don't like poopy faces who use cuss words.
And if you guys have seen my YouTube video I did a couple years back where I read a whole bunch of Earthcore bad reviews, it is almost there are several for sure that take me to task for bad storytelling, bad character development, etc. But most of them are just, oh my God, the language is just atrocious. But this is the thing. I got, like, did he read Earthcore? Do you think this guy read Earthcore? He couldn't have read Earthcore if he doesn't like, because I am a scatological author. That is what I do better than anyone else on the planet.
I know I interrupted you, but I do need you to look at or Steve's most recent comment and read scatological language and denigration in this Chodo voice, please.
Okay. Steve has to do with the Chodo voice. So, the scatological language and frequent denigration of women make this otherwise terrific story cringeworthy on every page. Quentin, friends do not let friends drive drunk, and decent men do not remain silent when other men use language that is blatantly or aggressively racist or sexist or speciesist. Quentin, I think Chodo would have a field day with that one. All right, that was super duper fun, and I guess we've got time for questions or comments on this review of. And it's only, of course, I had to look. I had to know. This guy's done 2 reviews in 10 years, so he took time out of his day because he was not happy with. He was not happy with my scatological language and a character who just is horrible to everyone, including women. So
well, and the crazy thing, you keep saying this, but we're assuming that he's mostly talking about Dr. Cool, right? Which, if you read Earthcore, the person he's the worst to is Randy.
Yeah,
he's terrible to Randy.
Oh, I also have a couple of educators in the chat room. One of them is Dr. Nicole Gallucci, who says, And I can't imagine Nicole being in any conversation where F-bombs aren't dropped, ever. She says, as a scientist, academic, intellectual, I declare that this guy is a complete poopy head. And then Maria D'Souza, who always, she's my colleague. She's an observer of the human condition and tends to summarize culture in very short, terse comments, said, well, my reaction to Fitzroy was, hey, Scott used balls a lot less in this book. Ladies and gentlemen, I made a concerted effort.
Absolutely true.
I may have tipped the needle over on scatological, but I brought it back on testicular because my female readers were pointing out, like, you use balls too much in your book. I'm like, you know what? I can work on that. But there's nothing, if you don't like poop jokes, there's nothing I can do for you. That is going to be the way things are.
Also, I love Scott Pond posts that the Munchkin, his daughter, says this dude is so articulate he should write his own best-selling book.
He should write his own best-selling book. But, you get, this is not an uncommon thing. When you get hardcore male sci-fi readers in their 60s, remember when they were coming up and reading stuff that's 50, 40 years ago. So Heinlein, guys like that. It was a completely different style of book. And it was almost without fail a established, highly educated gentleman of the upper class, for the most part, in a position of power and responsibility and the Great White Hope and all that. So storytelling was just a whole lot different, and that's what these guys grew up on.
Well,
so
right,
this is very
and you're
different.
also like now we see this a whole lot now. Heinlein, for sure. Lovecraft for sure. You look at these things now, and Mark Twain even. You have to look at them through the lens of 100 years of social progress. And if you do that, then I think things change a little bit. But it is, for me, it was a little rich to see that review and have him say, look at the mid-century. I was like, oh, please don't. Oh my God. I couldn't have a checking account or a credit card. Please don't.
But yes. Well, that was, but the women were better in books back then.
Well, right. Well, the women were better for that gentleman in books. Yeah.
Yes. However, the man paid his credit, paid his money, paid the ticket to ride the ride, gets to write that review. If you guys see that review out there, nobody give him crap about it, which I think Audible is fixed. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's all in good fun. We're doing very well overall. The hardcore audience, I'm just mystified. I wonder if this is the first book of mine this gentleman has ever read.
Oh, I think we can at the very least, I think we can safely assume he didn't read Earthcore, because the same thing that annoyed him so much about
he would not have gone
Fitzroy.
On. I think he would not have gone on.
He wouldn't have continued. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Kim,
more true. Yeah, go ahead.
Kim Henson asked the question: when you wrote Fitzroy, did you hear Ray Porter's voice in your head?
No, I did not. When I write the books, I can't put it into words per se, but I have a character voice in my head for each character, and that's not to say I'm not preparing to narrate it myself, which I'm not going to do with these books, but especially with the Earthcore crew. Most of those characters, I have a pretty good idea who they are in my head. So I don't hear Ray, and I honestly probably won't listen to the whole book of Ray's. It's super fun to listen to him, but when I read someone else read my work, I get too overly critical of my work, and like, I could have done that better, I could have done that better. It's really hard for me to enjoy it. So it's best if I just tip on out and praise Ray, because people love Ray's reading, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. We do have, I don't think we have any in the chat. What do you say? What do you say then when a rocktopi comes at you? Darn, well, shoot.
Yeah.
Heck. Oh, that's a good point, Tracy. That's a real good point.
I think PG-13, I say O, starts with an F, ends with a K. And I try really hard to make the characters in my books sound like the people around me, sound like the movies I watch, etc. And obviously, as a huge Quentin Tarantino fan, Guy Ritchie fan, it kind of falls into that area. And I think if you guys were to take, like, next time you get to hang out with friends, or next Zoom call you do with your pals, whatever, get a piece of, just get a pad of paper, piece of paper, and a pen, and every time somebody swears, just make a tick mark. In just normal day-to-day conversation, I think we curse and say off-color things a whole lot more than we realize.
Well, and also recently, of course, we have now in our societal and cultural common space, common usage space.
Sandra Chung, hello, welcome again.
We have The Good Place, and we have Battlestar Galactica, and we have the GFL, where there are substitute words. And honestly, I definitely understand when you're looking at age, so that you people with children can teach their children the appropriate way to do that, because there are inappropriate ways when you're 7 to curse. There just are, right? Like most of them are wrong, but that's a thing that you give and you teach to your children. So I get that, but short of that, I mean, why is fork you any different? Why is shuck you any different? And if that's acceptable, then the frustration is acceptable. But if the word had been not the F word, but the S word, had it been shuck, he'd be just as fine with the F word as he is with the S word.
Yeah.
Because we're making an arbitrary thing. So outside of, we have to protect our younger generations and teach them how to effectively work in society, it's kind of a BS argument. See what I just did there? BS argument is fine to say in a PG-13 show, but the real word is not. And then we do that for the youths.
You guys in the chat room, Sandra Chung, who is a Australian fan. I think she's still in Australia.
Perth, yeah,
probably,
for sure.
Probably.
Well, she's actually American-born, living in Australia.
Yes. She and her crew were incredibly kind to me when I got to go do some touring in Australia. SwanCon, and just what a wonderful experience. Thank you, Sandra, and welcome to the show. I don't think I've seen you here before, but glad to have you. Glad to have you.
A
couple times. Oh, good. Danny Lundy says, I have finally been able to get my lions to stop autocorrecting to duck. Danny, I don't know what you're on, dude, but next time we get together, I want to party with you, man. Your lions are getting autocorrect.
I love it.
We've got just a couple of minutes left. Let's see. And we did a Christmas story as a story smack. And
I missed it.
Oh, that's right. You missed it. One of the focal points of a Christmas story is that the adults in a family get to swear like crazy and the kids don't get to swear at all. And the adults are mystified when the children start swearing. Like, where did they learn this language? Where did they learn this language?
I will tell you guys, though, today we had, Scott is still doing great, but still recovering from his hamstring injury. So today we walked the dogs together at lunchtime in case the dogs were too much or whatever. And we saw a fragile leg lamp in somebody's window, like a full-sized leg lamp in somebody's window. I was so happy.
Joshua just said the reason Danny's saying silly things is because dolphins have the best drugs. And you got 10 experience points for that. Irish Obsession, hi, welcome.
Hey, Jerry, nice to see you out there.
All right.
With the duck.
Danny says the phone, autofill lion for phone. What the duck is it doing? And duck is PG-13. So, Michael, we have
so Tori, or maybe Scott, I see that your phone is dead. The Pons, I will say Scott is absolutely sort of being walked by the dogs. See, Scott, I think you should give them an update. He's doing great. He's much recovered.
Yeah,
but
doing great.
But a muscle injury takes 3 to 4 weeks to heal. So now he's just moving a little bit slower than the dogs would prefer.
0.62 miles today. Walk. Record. 2 weeks. That's a record. Also, I can go up the stairs by myself.
Using both legs.
One step after the other. What's up?
Please.
What's up? That's right. Getting better.
Emily McGregor, that's a huge celebration. Congratulations. Testing negative for COVID is awesome.
Testing negative.
We've both been in a situation where we've seen exposure, and it's a nerve-wracking couple of weeks for that.
And one of our favorite narrators, Ray Porter, just recovered from COVID, so that's a big joy there for Ray. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Once again, for the 18th time in a row, I forgot to tip the
But can I show them what I got today?
Yeah, go for it.
You guys.
Go for it.
You can't really see them, but
Here,
I got my very first set of Dungeons & Dragons dice because I've only played Dungeons & Dragons one game for charity.
Oh, shit, you died. Sorry. I rolled it.
No, I have to roll it. Okay. I have to roll it, I think. I don't really know. But I have only ever played one, and it was fun, but I didn't want to be the person who then gets there and screws up the fun for everybody else because I don't know what I'm doing. So I have a friend who is starting a game for his young son to learn. And he was like, I mean, if you want, you can try. I was like, yes, please. I would love to do this with Kate. That would be awesome. So next week, I have my player's handbook. I'm working on my character. I don't know anything about it. I was like, what kind of character? And he's like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, what options are there? He's like, Jesus. But he's helping me create a character. I think I might be an alchemist. I'm not sure.
I got to say, I don't know if you guys can see this in chat, but Judge Wolf GM just came in. First of all, GM, so Judge Wolf probably does a lot of game mastering and role playing. Judge Wolf came in and just all caps, dice! And then, man, what a time to walk in.
I'm so excited.
You can spot the nerds. Whenever dice come out, nerds are like, what's that? What's that? They hear it.
I'm so excited.
I don't even know if I want to play, but I'm going to see what somebody's playing. Like,
and
what's
then
going on,
I
guys?
bought these dice
doing?
all on my own, and I literally, my brother was so big into D&D, and I don't know anything about it. But I bought these all on my own, and we're walking the dogs today, like I mentioned, and Scott was like, oh, well, if they arrive today, you can take a crayon and like darken in the little spots and whatever. And I was like, I don't have any idea what that means, but they're already gold.
They're already pre-colored.
I'm super excited about it. And Kim Hansen absolutely, his half marathon dreams are over because of this injury for this year. Yeah.
Excuse me. Actually, I would like to point out that we mid-20th century role players, we didn't have pre-filled in letters. We got crayons from the Crayola company, and we squished them in ourselves, and then we wiped them off. That's what you do when you're a mid-20th century role player. Not you new people who think you know how to play.
Already filled in.
But
also, I saw when I was trying to order these, I saw a 100-sided die. That seems
impossible.
like a lot of work.
They never stop rolling. They literally never stop.
They're sort of a golf ball. They're kind of a golf ball.
Joshua says, A gets an automatic +10 to all logistics rolls, no matter what character she's playing.
I'll take it.
Very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the 7 o'clock hour. We're at the top of the hour, and it's time for me to say goodbye, and Johnny Midnight's going to be on to spin those soul tunes for you through the morning hours. This is okay. That's I have a DJ Hurricane. My college DJ name was Hurricane Harris. So next time you hear this voice, it's Hurricane Harris telling you when the storm hits, head to the eye. No, wait, let's try this. This is Hurricane Harris telling you when this. Hold on, I got this. This is Hurricane Harris telling you when the gale force winds of life come in, just head for the eye of the storm, and you'll be all right. Baby, take us out.
All right, you guys, as you know, with anything you want to share with us for SIGLERinPLACE, the best way to do that is to send it to info@emptyset.com. Yes, sometimes I'm on Facebook. Yes, sometimes I reply to posts. The best thing for you to do for us is to do this by sending an email to info@emptyset.com. I can't really see, so it's your turn.
You got the glasses on. Ideas for SIGLERinPLACE. Bits we could do that are very easy because we do work hard on this. But we don't have a lot of time because we're busy writing and shipping, doing all those things. We will be back on Thursday, December 22nd, which is Cookie Exchange.
Tuesday. That's my bad. God,
I tell you, swear to God, if you weren't the HR adjacent, I'd report you. Tuesday, December 22nd, which is Cookie Exchange Day. Granted, it's just A and I don't cook, so the Cookie Exchange will be A making cookies.
There will be cookies
for me, but there will be cookies.
But until then, you guys, until the end of the year and beyond, until you're vaccinated, please stay safe.
Stay smart.
And we need you to stay science, you guys.
And for the love of science, escape. Stay informed. Listen to the people who know what they're talking about, who've been right all along, who predicted the first wave, who predicted the second wave that we're wallowing in right now. You don't have that long to go. Stay smart. The vaccine is coming, and then we're all going to go out, and we're going to get some Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I mean, that's not the thing I want from Colonel Sanders anymore. I'm just saying.
And that still qualifies as PG-13, the steamiest thing said so far on the show. Well done, baby. Well done. All right, let me get up. Now we'll ask you to all kiss off into the sky. Give us a smooch. Good night. We love you. Mwah!